College. Of course, they're now in the Big Five, an opportunity to get promoted back in. Good results down in the lower division. Of course, Malick has had a mixed season, but most importantly, they have stayed in the division, and they may look at this Intercol as an opportunity to make a run and maybe collect a trophy.
Well, Brent, we will find out today who is going to be triumphant in our second fixture of today's double-header feature here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. Malick Secondary or St. Mary's College.
Well, we're now joined by the coach of Malick Secondary. Coach, today's fixtures against St. Mary's, an unknown quantity. How do you look at this game, and what do you think are the strengths and the keys to the game for Malick to be successful?
Well, we have to stay focused. Firstly, we have to stay focused on what is our goal. So this is our second goal we heading for, the Intercol. Firstly was to stay up. Though our challenges and stuff, we stayed up. We going at the Intercol here with all our might out.
What do you think Malick needs to do today to get victory against St. Mary's College?
Score goals, most important, and stay victorious.
In terms of the tactical approach, is there any changes from the way you set up in the Premiership as it relates to today's game?
No, not really. I wouldn't say anything. One or two small things that, you know.
Well, of course, Coach, all the best. And, of course, we look forward to Malick Secondary in today's game. Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you very much.
That was Coach Bartholomew, coach of Malick Secondary. And I'm now joined by the assistant coach of St. Mary's College. Coach, of course, Intercol football, an opportunity for St. Mary's College to progress through and, of course, win the North Zone. They've done it before. Do you think it's possible here?
To be honest, Brent, anything is possible. I think one of the things that we know at St. Mary's, we have key players that been there through the ranks, and, you know, they're matured now. So, you know, as I said, in the championship, our football's been flawless, you know, and we keep doing what we got to do.
Well, of course, your team would have played the season in the championship, as you have just mentioned. Now it's a step up against a Premiership team. How has the nerves been in the locker room? How has the preparation been? Is there any concerns as it relates to the players and the way they approach this one?
I don't think so, really. It's just like another game for us. It's in the stadium. The guys, most of the guys have been here, done it. So, and some of the younger ones, they mature quickly. So I think it would just be, we at ease, and we just look forward to it.
Well, thank you very much, Coach Maxwell, and all the best to you and your team.
Thank you very much.
That was Coach Junior Maxwell of St. Mary's College, of course, in preparation for today's game. And now I will send you over to James Saunders.
Well, thanks so much, Brent Sancho. Of course, we're getting set for this big fixture. It's Malick Secondary coming up against St. Mary's College right here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. Remember, prior to this match, we did witness St. Anthony's College. They went down in their fixture earlier on. Ukarapo East Secondary progressing to the next round. But here we go. The Razataz team, the blue and white of St. Mary's College, would be looking for success against Malick Secondaries. Both teams, of course, have produced quality players in the SSFL and the COCA-COLA INTERCOL, and well, today no different. We'll introduce you to the teams and the officials in just a few. It's always a big moment. Win and you progress, lose and you go home, and these young men certainly with lots on their mind in this competition. Well, the crowd certainly has grown, and it will continue to grow here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium as fans pile in for this fixture. St. Mary's College, of course, are situated in the heart of the capital city of Port of Spain, Frederick Street. And their rivals this evening, Malick Secondary, Coconut Drive in Morva, just west of the, or east of the capital city. Both these teams know each other very well over the years. Well, let me introduce you to the cast of officials. Timothy Derry will be the main man in charge of this one. A very experienced bunch with Sash Ramroop as his assistant and Johan Cornell. Also earlier on, Malick, the boys from Coconut Drive, Morva, the pride of Morva. School team that has produced the likes of Devon Jostling, Arnold Dwarika, Gary Glasgow, and so many more. They're back in the action. Well, speaking of stars coming from that team, yes, Kevin Graham, one of the assistant coaches, former national player. Let's take a look now at the current crop of players that represent the St. Augustine coach. Timothy Derry, one of the best young officials out of Trinidad and Tobago, has a big smile on his face. It's a joyous occasion here at the Hazy Crawford Stadium, and right now it is time for action. My name is James Saunders, alongside me, former World Cup defender Brent Sancho. What a fantastic game on paper this one is proving to be.
Yes, certainly so. It's very intriguing from the perspective that, of course, St. Mary's College have plied their trade this season in the championship division, and of course Malick narrowly escaped relegation in the premiership division. And of course this is the first look we have at St. Mary's and what they have to offer, but they have certainly did their business down at the lower division, scoring a truck full of goals, Jims, on their way. They're currently in the Big Five, which means they have to finish in the top 3 in the national Big Five to get promoted into the Premiership. And they've already won their first game against Miracle Ministry. So you would have to suggest, James, they're on their way. But Intercol football presents something a bit different for them. And they have to defend this free kick very early.
Well, not much defending needed when it's off target. And that one quite early, missing the mark from the skipper, Harrison Parks. Well, quite distinct in their attire and wardrobe this afternoon. Malick, of course, in the lime green outfit, black trousers, against St. Mary's College in the iconic blue and white stripes. St. Mary's College, a team that has produced several quality players over the years. The Hislop brothers come to mind. Kona Hislop and Shaka Hislop. Of course, you know him quite well. From a teammate of Brent Sancho as well. Oh, that's good from Malick secondary. Pulling out all the tricks while he's taking his men on a joyride. I'm not sure they're enjoying it though. Finally, he poked the ball away from him. And what a start from Malick secondary. Well, he's already shown that he's got the moves like Jagger. We want more. That's what all the neutrals will be saying, certainly.
Hey, go wide.
So it's a long throw in. And the big boot will clear the danger. Well, they've held on to possession for the early part of this match. Well, to be fair, it's only 2 minutes and a half that has been gone so far. Well, this is well cut out, and St. Mary's will have a chance to attack. This looks promising. It's going to be a foot race that is being won by the blue and white stripes here. And this is the moment. I just feel that he did too much, didn't he? Just lost it in a critical area, and he seemed to be blowing the door down. Well, cornered. Can he get out? Couldn't survive the trap, but it's back with Malick. Looking to switch the point of the attack now. Headed away. Well, sloppy. St. Mary's couldn't capitalize though. This is long and wayward. And will go into touch. Just sense it's now or never for Malick. Hoping to stay in the Premiership. St. Mary's College, they have been scoring goals quite frequently, but of course, whole other level.
It's been a mixed bag of nuts, to say, for Malick secondary. We first had a glimpse of them as we just saw Coach Bartholomew, affectionately known as Chun. When we first saw Malick, James, it was against Presentation College, and they did put in quite a good account of themselves. In fact, I would suggest that they dominated the first minutes in the proceedings against Presentation College. And then when you look at their results, it has really fluctuated. It's some really strange results, of course, eventually pulling themselves out of the relegation by getting the results necessary to stay away from the trapdoor. So you just have to wonder what type of performance you'll get here today. Coach Bartholomew made it known that they did the first part, which is stay in the division, and now the second part, they're hoping to spring a surprise in the Intercol. They do have the quality to do it, no doubt about it, but they're such a up and down team. It's tough to predict, really.
Well, they did have a decision that was settled in the boardroom of the Secondary Schools Football League early in their season. Malick. You're quite right, though. It's a team that, although inconsistent, can show quality. Talking about quality, St. Mary's hoping to produce some here. Oh, this is good. Space opened up now. Nobody home at the back door, and well, harmless in the end, but promising.
Yeah, I think it needed a driven cross and not one that looped in the air in that way, but promising nevertheless for St. Mary's College. They've seen some frequency down this right-hand side. Something about the right-hand side and teams, James, of course, East Mokarapo and Toussé found joy down the right-hand side.
We've just passed 6 minutes in this contest here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. Oh, if you just joined us, Mr. Treat, St. Anthony's College going down to East Mokarapo. Led for 85 minutes, now 2 goals, and well, let's say that went south after that. Penalty shootout deciding the contest. East Mokarapo eventually going all the way through. Yes, St. Mary's College looking to create a good angle, and well, needed a better finish.
Well, as you look back at the previous game, James, I just can't fathom how St. Anthony's allowed that to get away from them. They were comfortable cruising at 2-0 up, and I suggested I couldn't see East Mokarapo getting back into this one, and somehow St. Anthony's was able to allow them to. I mean, credit to East Mokarapo, and I think the tactical change by Coach Saunders as well when they went to 3 at the back may have been the telling situation.
Created good space for himself, and just couldn't find the lurking intruder at the back door. But maybe now, a much more difficult angle and a much better attempt at goal. Just wide of the mark. Well, they have looked promising when they have attacked. Malick, secondary. How about that for creating space? Just needed some gravitational pull to keep that on target, though. Tyrese Manswell coming the closest so far. That last shot. Well, I'm not into fortune telling, but this match has all the makings of one that's going to be quite open. Well, here we go. A marauding run and a brutal tackle. Well, I know some sections of the crowd certainly enjoyed what they saw there. How about that, Brent Sancho? You might be one of them.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. It's crunching, it was timely, and more importantly, it stopped the progress.
Oh, Mickey Pascal certainly got the applause from his spectators for that one. Here comes the green army of Malick yet again. This time the pass couldn't get to its intended target. Good defending.
Look at this for a crunching tackle, James. Timely. He gets up and, of course, beats his chest in a big way.
How do you like your tackles? Hot and spicy, with a bit of crunch. Mickey Pascal certainly did all of the above.
I tell you what, I'm not a fan of the celebration afterwards, because they still at least 81 plus minutes in the game, and I'm very sure in football games the attackers always get their rebate in things, and you have to be careful. Thomas, sorry, that's Pascal, of course, of St. Mary's College, that the forward doesn't start making advances towards him and try to certainly embarrass him.
Long way to go as we just get up to the 10-minute mark. Wow, how about this? Space opening up here. Oh, he's done well. Can he do better? Not this time. And the follow-up, wow. Needed a touch of quality, didn't come.
Well, I was hoping it was a deflection because I couldn't understand why the big swing and so much power. Nevertheless, this is a good bit of skill here. And cutting inside and just couldn't finish. Good save, but then blasted that one over the bar after the initial good work there by Matthew.
Well, what about now? St. Mary is retreating deep. Malick pressing forward.
He's been a danger, hasn't he, James Matthew?
Certainly has.
Shalon Matthew for Malick secondary. They've really laid siege to this St. Mary's goal. They're just struggling to get out of their own half.
And the goalkeeper gratefully picks this one up. Had a close scare earlier on. Matthews, keep your eyes on him. He looks like trouble. Well, will the Saints go marching on here? That's too long. Oh, quite adventurous in his defensive third, wasn't he?
Unconventional at best. Certainly uncharacteristic. That's not what you want for a defender. Cutting inside. Nevertheless, it was an offside call.
Whistle certainly would have made one person happy, the coach. Wow, crowded out and illegally. One, says Timothy Derry. He looks like, what did I do wrong? Interesting hairstyle as well. Typical of these high school matches. It's where the experimentation of the hairstyles and such comes out. Good expression from the young ones. Well, seems that he...
There's our own man there. Cassius, a part of the SportsMax crew. Doubling up here.
Well.
A man of many talents.
Well, that's what we're all about here at SportsMax, aren't we? Quite multifaceted.
I wonder if Colin Murray could do that job. I can see Colin Murray doing physiotherapy for Fatima College.
Well, did claim to be a coach at one time. No real results to prove it.
The verdict is still out on that one.
Good afternoon to you, Colin Murray, wherever you are, of course, part of our SportsMax team. Oh, there's a familiar face. Former Stowell Strikers coach, and of course you're well known as St. Augustine coach for quite a number of years, Michael Grayson. Did see one of his past charges, Dale Saunders and East Mukarapu, move on in the competition. Will he be the team joining them?
Well, of course, when you talk about established coaches, experienced coaches, successful coaches in the SSFL, Grayson certainly is one of them. Of course, deceased Groves now is another that comes to mind, and that's when you have the conversation of longevity, James, and success with longevity. Grayson is certainly up there.
Sure has, Michael Grayson.
Looks the same.
He never changed. I was a little boy and he looked like that. He still looks like that.
Same. I bet you it's the same hat and clipboard from since then.
Does go for his morning walk quite often, Michael Grayson. I do see him from time to time. Oh, here could be danger.
That's a good ball in.
Well cleared by the Malick defense. Broken up and, well, a bit rash in the clearing it from the middle third. Will fall kindly for them though, heavy touch. Well, hot potato, nobody seems to want it. Trading possession in quick succession. Oh, he's done well, hasn't he? Came out of a tight space. Hanging on to possession. Just lacking a bit of width now, Malick, as he loses possession, trying to carve through the middle. And here comes St. Mary's College. Well, they certainly found space. Wide, 1v1. Well, did get it into a good area, but that's good defending.
It's a poor clearance though.
Danger not done yet. Well, now it is. Well, how about that? That's why you are asked to stay alert, particularly when you're manning that position. And he did well to keep out the danger in the end.
Cuts inside here on his right foot and eventually lets fly. It's a good shot. Hit the target, made the keeper work.
Well, he just might have some more work to do. It's a corner. And, well, lots of blue and white stripes camped out inside the area. 6 to my count. Can he find any one of them? Well, just picks out a green shirt. Needed more accuracy. Oh, it does look a bit winded at the moment. Only 16 minutes gone. But I must add to his credit that it is quite humid here at the Here's the Crawford Stadium. Malick to come away with it. St. Mary's tries to retreat. This is a foot race and one that the goalkeeper is quite well.
He was alert to the cause. I think the defender was in trouble there, but that's good alert goalkeeping. Charging off his line. Young Henry Tyrese.
Well, St. Mary's, they found a pocket of space. Oh, he's done well. Cutting past one. Into a dangerous area now. Could be a shot. Well.
Yeah, it was poor, James. And I'm not sure it was needed. I thought he could have gotten in possession of the ball and then try to maybe create an angle for a shot instead of taking it on first time.
Never seemed well balanced opposition.
Yeah, he was off balance as well. You're correct.
Well, this should be easy pickup for St. Mary's, and well, not the most convincing of clearances, but they get the job done. So it will be a throw for Malick secondary. They've soaked up some pressure within the last 2 minutes or so. They've got a corner. Well, punch from the goalkeeper. Doesn't clear the danger. And, well, should be easy now for St. Mary's. And here comes St. Mary's College. And, well, here comes danger, according to Chronics. Clear and present danger. Good tackle.
Well, he didn't look like he was going to be beaten in that foot race, Isaiah David. And certainly he wasn't going to be beaten in the challenge. Got back quickly, wrapped his foot around it and slid the ball out to play. Good defending.
Wow. Tried to bring out the party chicks, but he's lost it. Malick can attack here.
Not sure why they're attempting party tricks at 0-0.
Shots of goal might be more welcomed. Oh, that's good. He's left his man for dead. Can he make use of the space granted?
Gonna shoot.
Well, from distance. Well, had the power, not the accuracy. Well, he has an idea at least. And, well, that's what you want. Just expect him to hit the target, particularly when given that amount of space.
And he always seems to be hitting across the football and not getting the laces straight through the middle of the football. Of course, through the middle will give you a bit more direction, obviously, and slicing across it.
Well, he's found a pocket of space to exploit here.
Wrong choice. That's the wrong choice. Well,
might have another chance here. And desperate defending from the Saints. And, well, a chance that seemed harmless in the end. But it almost turned into a goal-scoring opportunity for Malick. And again, that man at the heart and center of it.
yeah, wasn't sure what or why the defender made that choice. But it certainly almost caused a goal maybe against them.
Piece of individual skill, almost unlocking the defense. Well, how about that? St. Mary's under pressure. Haven't looked the most convincing defensively.
Well, I think they've survived, James, because Malick have really resorted to individual flair and talent and skill, and not really the collective. We haven't seen any combination play or pattern of play from Malick. It's really been a bevy of course, individual attempts. And you just feel that the one time that they do get it together as a team, maybe the time to put the ball into the back of the net.
But more importantly, they've defended resolutely. Well, that could change here. Promising space, time.
A bad cross.
And, well, not just the finish that he wanted, but maybe not. Oh, well, close enough. And the tips of the goalkeeper preventing what would have been clear and present danger.
Well, you felt that once the ball came down from this cross, that it would have been into the back of the net. But give the goalkeeper credit. That is a very good reflex save. He would have seen it late and would have had to make a very pronounced decision. Mandel Huskerson it goal for Malick, and he did that, James. He got his claw onto it and pushed it onto the bar.
I'm sure Shaka Hislop would be proud if he's looking. Although he would have preferred that went in. He's a Mary's old boy.
Yeah, I think he would have been happy if it went into the back of the net. It was a good save. It was, as I said, a reflect action, and he got it right.
He has another chance for the Saints.
This could be trouble.
Again, good defending from Malick.
We've had some good services into the box, James.
A handball maybe not spotted. Quite right on your point, no, Brent. Service into the area has been quite decent from St. Mary's College. Credit though to Malick, they've defended well.
Well, when you look at this game so far with about 24 minutes or so gone, it's hard to distinguish which team played in the Premiership and which team played in the Championship, and that's a credit to St. Mary's College. They have not backed down from the challenge from Malick so far, but here they come again.
Matthews.
Goalkeeper's lead here. Oh boy, I tell you. I tell you what, James, if he had connected with the goalkeeper, I would have been surprised if he stayed on the pitch. It was late. And I wasn't sure why he did it. Ball played through, the goalkeeper comes out eventually. I tell you, I'm not sure why he made the challenge. It was late, it wasn't needed, but he's a lucky boy that it had no connection at all to Tyrese Henry, because I'm very sure the official may have had no other choice.
Bit of exuberance from Lendell Batiste. You're quite right though. Makes you wonder why anyone in their right mind would become a goalkeeper. That's exactly what I chose.
Well, you know, the slide came in, Batiste, after Tyrese had the ball in his possession. So why did he slide? I'm still a bit baffled, but I guess that's a question for Baptiste alone to answer. We certainly here in the commentary booth can't answer that one because we don't have the answer.
Well, a bit stretched now, this contest. Malick finding space to build up.
This is where they're dangerous, when this man is on the ball.
Jalen Matthews. It's a handful. This time we're quite happy to see him go back.
Yeah, I'm surprised he went back there, James, because he had every chance to take on his defender. He was in an isolated position, just exactly what he would want. But he chose to, of course, retreat. It's getting a bit scrappy now.
Well, heavy touch. Gives it back to St. Mary's. Quite right though. Passes have been awry in the last few minutes. Lots of space as well opening up around the park. Well, they've crossed the wires. And maybe now for Malick. Maybe here. Maybe yes! Oh yeah! Well, that's gonna go down in the highlight reels. And that's something years from now he's gonna look back and enjoy for a long, long time. Like that spectator. A phenomenal goal for Malick Secondary, and it puts them ahead of St. Mary's, and it's that man, Lendell Batiste.
Well, you wondered if he lost his opportunity, Batiste. He twisted, he turned, and eventually he got himself in a position to release an absolute laser with his left foot that gave Tyrese Henry in goal for St. Mary's College absolutely no chance whatsoever. And that man, the captain, Batiste, with the Cristiano Ronaldo celebration as well. Very Cristiano Ronaldo-esque type of finish.
Well, can St. Mary's answer? Might be quick in coming. Well, that's good hands in the end from the goalkeeper. Well, they certainly sought to answer back quickly, St. Mary's. Oh, a bit naughty, and that will be called back by Timothy Derry. Malick Secondary leading by 1-0 against St. Mary's. Oh, here comes the Saints now. Well, felt that it might find the target, but it just allowed it to bounce and bounced away from him.
Well, you have to think there has to be some sort of reaction here by St. Mary's College. They came close a little while ago. All that was pushed over the bar. And they're finding joy on the right-hand side.
Oh, this is a good-looking ball.
It's a bit too much.
And, yeah, just overhit.
And a poor clearance.
Oh, we're approaching the half-hour mark, and Malick have the advantage, 1-0.
And again, James, it's a goal that was self-inflicted, really. Just absolutely no communication by both centre-halves, and they crashed into each other.
Well, that was anybody's ball, and nobody's ball at the same time. It's a throw.
If they just had some level of communication, you would think that would have been a situation that could have been averted, but instead they collided into each other. and eventually presented it to Baptiste, who said thank you very much.
He's in search of somebody in a striped shirt, couldn't find any. Almost seems against the run of play that Malick secondary scored as well.
Yeah, I would say that as well, James. It's particularly with a couple balls that served into the box from St. Mary's and a couple opportunities. They were able to conjure up their own.
Oh, that's a heavy challenge. Play is allowed to continue. Here's Matthews.
This is where he's dangerous.
1v1, he's gone past that one, he's gone past two. Can't get past the other. And St. Mary as well. They're known for their answer back so far in this match, and they could open up something here. They need more numbers coming forward. They're getting some late supports, and they couldn't find it in the end. As another player's gone to ground. Might have a bit of a stoppage there, but St. Mary's College, every time Malick has gone forward, they've exploited that space behind them.
Yeah, they've been good in transition, particularly on the flanks. They've shown good pace and good understanding. They just haven't had the final product. And of course, James, that seems to be the Achilles heel and the anthem this afternoon. Because in the game before this one, similar types of JBY, of course, St. Anthony's College is knocked out of the competition. The execution in the final third just was not good enough. And they put themselves in a little bit of problems and eventually being knocked out. Just wonder if, of course, Malick and St. Mary's seem to be going along similar lines, if the game may end up in a similar pattern with penalty kicks. I'm very sure Coach Bartholomew from Malick would not want that to happen. He would probably want to build on that. Of course, if we see a cross-section of the St. Mary's support, they must be happy to be in the Intercol. I'm very sure they have, of course, aspirations to move on in this competition.
Well, play has been given the green light to resume, and it's the blue shirts that attack. Oh, here's the goal scorer. Holland trying to find Matthews.
It's a poor decision, James, because there was a player open out wide, and I'm not sure why Baptiste didn't play it to him. Instead, he tried the more difficult skill, which is turn inside and make a pass, of course, to his colleague there, Matthew, who had two players on him.
So just one player from both these teams being called to the training squad for the National Under-17 team. Josiah Wilson wears the number 11 for St. Mary's College. Hasn't yet made a mark in this contest so far. He'd be eager to show coach exactly what he could do. 28 of the 35 players have come from the secondary school competition. And I'll tell you what, you know who's being looked at the moment as we look at St. Mary's College? Luca Hislop. Guess who's his father? Son, of course, of Shaka Hislop. He's also being considered for this team as well.
Be a great legacy story.
Certainly.
Just make it onto the team, and of course make an impact as well, which I'm sure he can.
Of course, the Hislops, well-known family. Of course, the father, George Hislop, well-known in legal circles.
Not sure if George went to CIC as well.
Might well have gone to CIC. Or maybe here. Well, certainly tried his luck, and well, there was none to be had. He knows exactly what he should have done. Always comes after the fact, though.
Well, it's a deep search and cross there by Baptiste, and I can't understand why.
Look at this.
His head.
Wow. Bit of a lucky bounce, almost undid him, but he kept his eyes on it, kept his body big, and that's exactly what every goalkeeper coach would tell you to do. Oh, that's a great turn, though. The effort not matching the turn. But he's not afraid though to try the difficult things though. Lendl Batiste. All the sun just beginning to set here in Port of Spain. Floodlights have come on here at the stadium. It's still quite bright. Floodlights have come in. Of course, gets darker earlier in Trinidad and Tobago around this time of year. And could go dark for St. Mary's if they don't clear this one. Again, another self-inflicted defensive blunder could open up here for Batiste, and again more desperate defending. Well, they're wondering what's going on at the back there. That bunch, arms freeling. What a game he's had, Lendl Batiste.
Hey, 2 minutes and 3. 2 minutes and 3.
Keston Singh's throw is cut out. Has another opportunity though, Singh. High in the air and not cleared efficiently. But he's opened up his body well to get a shot, and just running away from him. Well, 2 other matches taking place in the North Zone today. League final is Fatima College up against Blanchisseuse, and I'll tell you what, it's not a pretty sight for the team from Far East, Blanchisseuse. They trail by 9-0 to Fatima College.
I'm sure Colin Murray, hearing that result, would be a happy man.
And up to a few minutes ago, the other match, 5-2. I'll tell you to who in just a bit. That's good defending.
Yeah, he's done well. He stuck to his task. And although he was initially beaten, young Isaiah David got back in and, of course, made the challenge. It's a good tackle. So look at some of the young faces on the St. Mary's bench.
Mark up!
Eager to make a contribution if and when called upon. Can he make a contribution with this service? And well, just seems to be some crossed wires again, this time offensively, and it allows Malick to burst forward. Oh, that's a poor touch.
Oh yeah, really poor touch. Lucky to get it back.
Well, Timothy Derry has spotted something and he's called the play back. Might just have gone out of touch, so it should be St. Mary's ball. Well, they just lacked that fluidity in the final third, St. Mary's College. Well, I think I'd prove me wrong here.
Yeah, I think both teams, James, they've lacked. There's been no real pattern of the game so far. It's been erratic, sporadic, and littered with individual attempts and brilliance, just like this one, long-range shots. And it's not been a collective game by any team, for that matter. They've really struggled to get in any sort of rhythm. And despite all of that, Malick still needs 1-0 by a horrendous mistake by the St. Mary's back line.
Oh, the skipper grounded. He's back on his feet though. And the St. Mary's would have earned a corner from that one. Harrison Parks, of course, the captain of the St. Mary's team. First day of football action in Trinidad and Tobago, coming out of the pandemic. One of the major leagues to restart has been the secondary schools football. The Ascension, of course, preceded this. Many of these players would not have played for several years. We'll talk about that after this effort. It's aimed in at goal and, well, quite comfortable in the end.
Yeah, it's of course been a challenge. We saw it in the Ascension where some teams took a little while to, of course, get going. Certainly match fitness and of course, match practice was lacking, or match sharpness, I should say. It's been a similar pattern here in the Tiger Tanks SSFL as we now go into the COCA-COLA INTERCOL phase, and we're still seeing some of that match sharpness not there. Albeit, of course, most of these teams, James, would have played at least 9 or so plus games. Some, of course, played more, but I would say on average, probably around 9 games or so they would have played. Still not enough football really to get yourself into a proper rhythm, especially when players have been off for such a long time.
Well, space. Malick tries to get some bodies forward, and well, he's found some more space here, looking to get a shooting angle. He's done well, and desperate defending, doing the job, but maybe a good save in the end from the goalkeeper. Did have the accuracy, but not the power there, Batiste. But how about now? Dancing feet, and couldn't find the rhythm to pick out another green shirt, but he has won a corner.
I thought when the ball rolled back to Baptiste on his favourite left foot there, he would have rocketed into the back of the net, but instead it was a very tame effort eventually. That eventually got into the hands of the goalkeeper, Tyrese Henry.
Well, they've committed 5 green shirts to attack this corner, and a blue shirt gets ahead of one of them. Keep it though, can get a shooting angle. That's clever. It's very good from the captain, Harrison. And counter-attack could be on the way for St. Mary's College. Inside the final 4 minutes of the regulation time, Malick Secondary, the team from East Port of Spain, leads St. Mary's by 1-0. Well, no real rush to get forward, Malick, but they have lost it due to some complacency.
Yeah, and very poor decision making. There were several opportunities to pass the ball to the right spot. That was turned down, and eventually turning the ball over. I think when we go into half-time, Coach Bartholomew would certainly want to have a detailed conversation. Despite being 1-0 up, it hasn't been necessarily an impressive performance, James, by Malick Secondary. I just feel that they have on other levels.
So the clock winds down. Few minutes remaining for the first half. Well, I believe in addition, Brent Sancho.
Well, I'm hearing reports now it's 10-0 to Fatima College.
Oh boy.
It's going to make Colin Murray's evening a happy one.
Fatima's biggest fan, Colin Murray.
Yeah, it's sometimes when the words mention Fatima, he's puts him into a good mood.
Oh, that was close though. Had a nice angle. Just couldn't find the far post. Fatima College, of course, would have produced phenomenal sportsmen. Colin Murray not being one of them. Think of Brian Lara, Dwayne Bravo, Atto Bolden. And
can't throw Colin Murray in that mix?
Nah, can't make the top 20.
Well, I seen him run up the steps. Well, I don't want to call it a run. Maybe a slight jog trot.
Well, there's a man down, and will require some attention. And it would mean that more minutes would be added on the clock. It's Captain Harrison Parks. And just relishing the opportunity to get an extra break.
It's just remarkable looking at these two schools. Of course, Malick Secondary and the history. I know we've mentioned it so many times, but the history of the school in terms of the amount of national titles they would have won. you're going to find it very hard to find a team as successful in North Trinidad as Malick Secondary. Their dominance during a period, James, and the types of teams that they would have produced. They weren't just a team that went and won the national title. They dominated, and they had some big performances, big results, and produced some big-time national team players for Trinidad and Tobago. And Malick Senior Comprehensive, or Malick Secondary now. But yeah, it's a school with a lot of footballing history and pedigree. Something that every single past student and current student from Malick should be proud of. That's very much known. Just looking at our fifth official down there, Sagan Abrams, trying to stop the ball from hitting the monitor. Well, if you want to call that an attempt to stop the ball.
Well, she's had lots of practice looking at the players. Hasn't learned a thing.
She completely missed it.
Oh boy.
If the ball was headed towards the monitor, it would have certainly hit it, because she didn't connect with the ball at all.
Oh, Malick inside enemy lines, and it's gobbled up by the goalkeeper. Well, St. Mary's College, you spoke about Malick and some of their successes. St. Mary's College, they have 8 North Zone titles, stretching all the way back to 1964. Their last title would have come in 2017 when they beat St. Anthony's College, who played earlier.
Right here, I remember that game very well.
1-0.
That player.
Trevor Spicer scoring the winner.
Spicer, correct.
Having a good time in college in the US. As half-time, 45 minutes has come to an end. We'll talk about Trevor Spicer, we'll talk about St. Mary's College, and we'll talk about the performance going forward in the next 45. In the next 45, as this one has come to an end, and it is Malick Secondary who have an advantage by 1-0.
As you have confirmation of the score there, 1-0 to Malick Secondary against St. Mary's. A game that, of course, didn't have a pattern or very disjointed. Hopefully we see something better in the second half.
Well, when we come back, we have some game highlights and we assess what's next. See you in a few.
I'll just leave it there. You hard, yes? You just hard. You just extremely hard. That's what you are hard. Watch, I tell you now, you just want to control. Hey! Come off the field, please. I got tiny moon. Mark? I was trying to from my phone. Coach?
Well, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, it's amore. And we're loving the action here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. Malick Secondary leading St. Mary's College by 1-0. Wow, what a thing of beauty that is. Thanks to Zara as a confirmation on the nice big round backdrop overlooking the iconic venue here in Port of Spain, the Hazley Crawford Stadium. Well, spoke about the score. Let's take a look back at how it happened. Timothy Derry, of course, in charge of this one. And early on, it was Malick with a free kick. Couldn't find the mark that time, though. And then later on, Bailey showing that he's got the moves. And look at this run here. Created lots of excitement. Forced the goalkeeper into a save, but he couldn't pin the donkey seal in the end. St. Mary's College did threaten on the rare occasion. Wilson forcing a near post save. And then later on, they did have some joy with this fantastic cross, putting it into a dangerous area. But he just feel that that had to score. The fingertip said no, though, of the goalkeeper, that is. And then a moment of madness, as coined by Brent Sancho, and he would take advantage here. Lendell Batiste, dancing moves, jackpot. And as Idonia would say, yeah. That's what the fans were saying. The Cristiano Ronaldo celebration, yeah, put them to bed. And then after that, it was all Malick. Might have felt that he could have gotten over that one, Jalen. He was always a clear and present danger. Resorted to all sorts of means to try and stop him. When they couldn't, the goalkeeper, he had to be on his best game. And that's how it went at halftime. Let's look at the numbers, and then we hear from the coaches.
Mary's College. Well, as we take a look at the stats of Malick, 9 shots to St. Mary's 7. 5 of those Malick shots were on target, and 4 of the St. Mary's 7 shots were on target. 3 fouls collectively, 2 to Malick, 1 to St. Mary's College. No cards, whether yellow or red, in this game so far. 1 offside, and that went to St. Mary's College. Balancing corners, 3 to Malick, 3 to St. Mary's College, and also balancing saves, 4 to Malick and 4 to St. Mary's College, in a game that has lacked fluidity. Certainly had moments of individual brilliance, but it also was stained by individual madness. Now I send you down to Siobhan.
Thank you, Brent. Joining us now is assistant coach for CIC, Junior Maxwell. So, Junior, what are your thoughts on your team's performance for this first half?
I believe it wasn't too bad. A couple of mistakes. It took us a little bit longer than anticipated to get into the game, but again, it'll be some nerves running through the team, but I think we kind of settled down a little bit, created some chances. I just watched the stats there, and it's not bad. Okay, so again, a mistake was made, goal scored, but I think we getting back in there. So again, second half we're supposed to come out stronger.
Now, speaking of second half, you're 1-0 down with everything to play for. What needs to be done in the second half?
I believe we just got to keep continuing and getting more shots off. We got to play a little bit quicker and push them a little bit further back.
Thank you very much, Coach. All the best in the second half. Coming up next, we have assistant coach of Malick Secondary, Lindsay Rondon. So, Coach, you go into the second half ahead. The boys performed as expected in the first half?
Yeah, they performed as expected, but still a little bit too complacent on my end. And I believe if we don't take our chances that we got, if we don't take the chances to come, just like St. Anthony's, we will pay dearly.
Now, CIC, as you recognize, they aren't playing bad at all. And they will attack in the second half. So what is the conversation going to be in the dressing room getting into the second half?
That we will go out and attack as well and score our chances and come out on top on the end of the game.
Thank you, Coach Rondon. That was assistant coach of Malick. And right now, folks, we're going to get into our break before second half action begins.
Taking in consideration the welfare and the well-being of the players, with of course the heat that does not impact on the players. So it's something that it's good to see. Of course, in this game, started in cooler conditions. Certainly, we'll have a water break. We could do with some goals, though. A goal break.
Love to have that, certainly. Not sure if we might have 10, but hope to get some at least. Well, St. Mary's College are in need of some goals. Timothy Derry, good job so far. And his job will be to keep law and order here at the Heasley Crawford Stadium. So we have the green light and it's action. The second half has started. Malick leading St. Mary's College by a 1-0. COCA-COLA INTERCOL, North Zone action. All the fans are fired up at the moment. Certainly getting behind the teams. Now, there's one thing that I noticed coming out of the dressing room, Brent. Malick secondary seemed quite fired up as they came onto the field. They were sprinting on as a team. And here we go. They go in search of goals in the St. Mary's area. Well, he's kept on to that nicely. Relaxed look there. Oh, this is good. Can they get it into dangerous areas now? Done well to get it to this point. That's an excellent tackle.
Yeah, it's a goal kick. It looked like he ran out of play. But you're right, it's going to be an intriguing second half because obviously Malick is up 1-0. I'm listening to, of course, Coach Rondon, the assistant coach of Malick. He was talking about complacency in the team.
Oh, this is a bad giveaway here. And, well, didn't capitalize on it.
And you just wonder, James, if complacency would step into this Malick team. And of course, Coach Maxwell, Junior Maxwell of St. Mary's College, spoke to, of course, his team being a bit nervous. And if they are to settle from a nerve perspective in terms of their nervousness, maybe you would see a much more collective effort by St. Mary's College. And you feel if they can do that, James, they may pose some problems to Malick secondary.
St. Mary's with a set piece opportunity. Quite a long way forward, or long way out rather. Committed some numbers forward. They need a goal to pull themselves back in this contest. Wow.
Well,
if ambition was a person, that would be it.
Well,
Malick Matthews. Wow.
Well, he's joined by...
got company.
He's got company.
Well, he still gets a high five for his effort. Somebody liked what he did.
That's a good ball.
Oh, he's
a good ball.
Went across the defender well.
And he get a shot off.
Well, looking for space now. Did everything right, except the execution. Might have felt that he could have done better from the position that he created. There's Matthew.
They look dangerous every time he picks the ball up, don't they?
Well, except that time, but he...
Oh, and that time.
Oh. Well, they're carving them open now, St. Mary's College. This is in a good area. And too far for anybody in a striped shirt. But they keep it. First time ball. Should be keepers, and it is. Well, the game has picked up in terms of pace. Well, yes, Batiste. He had a brick wall ahead of him that time, though. Felt the brunt of that challenge. He's remained down as play continues on the other end. Well, the latest news in that 5-all contest between QRC and Tranquility is that QRC won that match by 3-2 on penalties. So Queen's Royal College 3-1 rather on penalties, coached of course by Kenwin Jones.
Well,
that's a man that's went down. Welcome to the big league, son.
I tell you what, it was a crunching challenge there. We've seen a lot of them today in both fixtures. The earlier one, St. Anthony's and East Mokorapo, and then here. The defenders in today's games are, of course, showing no mercy whatsoever.
Well, he's the goal scorer, Batiste, and well, at the moment he's the patient. No signs of concern from that man. He's quite experienced campaigner, Michael Grayson. And the good news, at least for Malick, is that the goal scorer is back on his feet. And the play will be allowed to resume shortly. Can he get a good ball over? He's done well to get past this man. That's good.
Bad.
Paul. It's a pity it didn't connect well. Neither was the shot of the attacker. But that's an exceptional cross. Score remaining 1-0 in favor of Malick. So already we have one of the matches completed of the 4 on tap today. 2 in fact, if we count that one earlier on here at the Hazy Crawford Stadium. Can they find some joy down the right? Time and space. Good looking ball, and that's excellent defending. Just took his time about it there to get the second shot away. And St. Mary's College looking to capitalize. 1v1. And, well,
Wasteful.
not quite sure he was aiming for, but he does pick out the shirt eventually. Not quite sure that was the intended target, though.
No, certainly. It's one of those cross shot scenarios that we talked about. That one was a cross pass scenario. Just a bit concerned for Malick, James. They've lost their way. They're certainly allowing St. Mary's a better bite at this cherry in the second half. They're giving away silly free kicks and of course coughing up the ball in bad areas. You just wonder. It may just take one opportunity, and you would feel, James, that a goal for St. Mary's would certainly change the complex of this encounter, not just on the scoreline, but I feel from, of course, the pattern of the game so far.
Well, they do have an opportunity. And they will pile bodies forward. The intention is clear. Well, the crowd getting in behind them. Can this be the defining moment in the match for the Saints at St. Mary's College? 7 striped shirts in the area. Ball finds the wall instead. And a bit of desperation. And the end product, well, lacking in the end. Oh, they're having a time, aren't they?
Razataza. I was wondering when we were going to hear it, James.
Yeah. I learned most of the words for it. I heard it some years ago. I always wonder what they were saying. Still haven't grasped everything they said, but I like it.
I wonder where it originated from. It'd be interesting to find out the origins of it. It's certainly a school chant that has followed St. Mary's for many a time, for a very, very long time.
Razataz, Zim Boom Bam, something like that. Maybe somebody from St. Mary's might correct me. Close enough. What's the chant for Malick?
That's go Malick, go.
All right.
Or maybe Malick, we want a goal, which is a famous
Seems
chant
fancy enough.
I think for 90% of the schools, it's whatever we want a goal.
Well, here's Matthews. If anybody can get a goal, it would be him. Oh, that's nice.
Clever.
Dancing feet. This should be good. Well, that went high. And not exactly where you intended. Well, maybe the goalkeeper wants to give him another opportunity. Here they come again. Malick. And this time he runs into trouble. Well, the defender's going into more trouble himself. Oh, look at that. He's ice skating.
Got to finish now.
Time and space here. Can't hit the mark. Well, a comedy of errors. Nobody's laughing from the sidelines, though. We've seen both teams give up opportunities in bad areas. Here's the turn of St. Mary's, a reverse ball. And well, pass waiting just a bit too long. Fence able to recover, and it's a free kick. Timothy Derry spotting something that is not in the rule book. Taken quickly. Oh, this is good. Could be dangerous. Well, how did he not get the Midas touch there? Seemed in a fantastic position. All it needed was a touch. Couldn't get the hem of the garment.
Well, here is it. The ball is played into the box, and the attacker is ahead, a goal side of the defender, with the simplest of tasks to just tap it in, and he wasn't able to do it.
Well, can't complain of not getting opportunities.
I can't understand how he didn't get a touch on it, James, because he did everything right.
Well, somebody needs to get a touch of Matthews because he's gone.
Yeah, he's
kept alive here. Oh, he's putting the defenders to work. And wow,
big challenge again.
I tell you what worked, that tackle. Well, he's going to be feeling that all in his bones, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gotten wrong the first defender, but not Pascal. He's not having any of it. Talk about leaving your imprint in the game. That is a shin pad shaker. He's had a couple of those, James.
Certainly has. Here's Malick. Oh, this time finding a green shirt. Just couldn't get his header past the defender. St. Mary's. It's a spunky look about this game so far, but still a careless one in terms of passing. All right, he's seen enough, and changes will be had. Michael Grayson calling for reinforcement. And well, that's the end of the night for that young man as Elijah Wong comes in, replacing Jamal Thomas. Heavy touch of Matthews, over the head of the defender, and might have gotten a handball there. He is tricky.
41.
Appeals from the sideline. I'm not quite sure what they saw differently.
Hey, 4.
Timothy Derry seems in control of the situation though.
Hey,
Of course, our man there, SportsMax staff member, complaining on the bench for St. Mary's.
Right, go to the left, go to the left.
I don't think it would be funny if he got red carded off the bench. Would he have to miss a game for both SportsMax and St. Mary's?
That's a good question. Never considered it.
You'd have to check the rule book for that one.
It is a chance for Malick to show off their shooting ability. And well, you need more practice.
Well, you're looking at the technique and the way he approached the football, and you knew right off the bat, James, that that ball was only heading in one place, and that's over the bar. He's leaning back, laces through it, and of course just did not give himself enough of a backlift and a run up, and you looked at his supporting foot, it was all over the place. So when you look at those things, you know exactly where the ball is going to go.
St. Mary's College have been quiet in the last few minutes. Oh, that's good. Oh, clever. Not accepted though by Malick defending team. Timothy Derry says get up and play.
Well, he was close enough to the action, James, to make such a call. He didn't hesitate, did he, the referee?
Yeah, had a clear picture in his mind, Derry. Malachi Woodley. Couldn't pick out Matthews. Matthews looks a decent player though.
Yeah, he's gone a bit more advanced for St. Mary's, playing almost in that false 9 position. And he's picking the ball up between the lines for St. Mary's College, which is causing Malick a bit of indecision. The defenders are not sure if to go with him, and of course the midfielders are not sure if that's their assignment. So he's picking up very good positions. Of course, what you want to see now with what he's doing is an end product. We haven't seen that just yet.
Well, the end product was required there. Yes, St. Mary's seen still trail by a goal to 0. So we've gone past the hour mark.
Oh boy.
All the party tricks are not absent from this fixture. Reminded me of Anthony, the Brazilian that plays at Manchester United, at spin.
Well, he did try a spin and ended up passing the ball out for a goal kick. I think he was substituted right after that. And Ten Hag making it very well known that he's not going to entertain the Barnum and Bailey circus at Manchester United.
Oh, such a spoiled sport, isn't he? Oh, this is good. Can open up some doors to St. Mary's. It's high. Out of bounds in a dangerous area. Danger still not cleared though. Unconvincing from Malick, and St. Mary's could be in. And well held by the goalkeeper. That is excellent. Good footwork, good hands. And Kevin Graham certainly would be quite pleased to see his young charge showing some good skill. Kevin Graham, of course, the goalkeeper coach from Malick. Good career with the Trinidad and Tobago national youth team, senior team, as well as the futsal team.
Yeah, and a good local career as well here.
Defence force.
Defence force, of course. Custodian for a very, very long time. Solid goalkeeper. Certainly a talented one as well. We've been very blessed in this country when it comes to goalkeepers. It's a long, long list. I'm very sure this production wouldn't give us enough time.
It's Matthew. Can he keep it in play? This time St. Mary's interrupts that action. Jalen Matthew just feel that if more goals are to come or action would come somewhere from his direction. How about now? Just needed something more solid behind it. Oh, not a bad touch, but well read by the defender.
He's done well since he's come on. Wong, he's looked lively. Looks like he has a trick or two up his sleeve.
Game certainly has been a bit more relaxed in the second period. Oh, that's a good ball. And it's also good defending. Getting the body between the player and the ball. Well, they have numbers now. Can he find one of them? This is good.
That's a good ball.
Matthew.
And he finished.
Jalen Matthew.
Oh, no.
Well, went right through the goalkeeper. And the boys from Coconut Drive in Morva will be celebrating long into the evening. He's not quite sure where it passed. Doesn't matter. It's the score that says 2-0 to Malick Secondary over CIC.
Well, it's good work by the captain, Baptiste, switching the point of attack to Matthews, who picks it up on his left foot. Tame shot, tame effort. Goalkeeper error there. You'd have to put it down to that. But I'm very sure the boys from Coconut Drive wouldn't mind that at all. Gives them a second goal in this encounter, which now sees them lead by 2-0. And of course, the lovely young ladies of Malick Secondary are in their glee as Matthews certainly may have put his team into the next round of the COCA-COLA INTERCOL competition. But James, you'd have to put that down to a goalkeeper error.
Yeah, a bit of a ill luck as well.
Well, I'm not sure why he dived so early. He went down quite early and he never got his... Well, it didn't need him to dive. I felt if he stood up and just got his body behind the football, it would have obviously resulted in him stopping it. But he decided to dive, and he did dive early. And I think he couldn't change anything after that in terms of making a save because he was in a bad position.
Yeah, might have taken his eyes off of it as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Hand positions were a bit wrong.
Well, I expected a shot with more venom, and like the goalkeeper, I was fooled because it was very tame, the effort. It actually trickled towards him and didn't hit with the ferocity that we thought that it was going to come. And maybe that he was expecting a shot with venom in it. Didn't happen. You might just say with 67 minutes or so gone, James, do we dare say game, set, match? Or have we learnt from our mistake in the first game where St. Anthony's College was 2-0 up, and of course they ended up coughing up that lead and losing in penalty kicks.
I've learned my lesson for sure. Anybody who might have been in that Curiosity Tranquility match, wow, what a lesson.
Well, you'd have to say it's been a day so far of course, very strange circumstances. That the score alone between Tranquil and Curiosity, of course, Curiosity eventual winners 3-1 in penalties. But that scoreline alone, James, to know that Tranquil was leading Queen's Coral College by 5-2 is insane in itself.
Well, call cricket the game of glorious uncertainties. Football has an argument for that as well. Reinforcements being called in for both teams. So Malick is set to make the first change over Samuel. Is the man that seems to be coming off, and does come on. And Tyrese Mann, as well as the man that's gone out. St. Mary's College has also forced a change. Well, what a save this time, and this time he gets everything behind it. And whistle as the player has gone down. So, Raul Aguilera Nunez is the man that has come on. And Julian Riley is the player that has gone off for St. Mary's College. Oh, the goalkeeper might not be quite impressed by the goal that scored previously, but he could feel proud of himself for that last save.
Not a bad run at all. Resulted in a corner. Just feel if St. Mary's could stick one in, they may be able to do a East Mukarapu to Malick. Well, what East Mukarapu did to St. Anthony's, coming back from 2 goals down.
Wow. Trying to get a shot away, no success. Good footwork to get out of danger. They'll try again though. And that's well broken up. And that's a traffic collision. For confirmation of the substitutes that were made moments earlier, Tyrese Manswell out, over Samuel in for Malick. And St. Mary's College, Riley is the man replaced by Aguilera Nunez. And, well, everybody's looking at the referee, who looks very uninterested in the appeals. Well blocked in the end. St. Mary's, can they get a goal back here? Well, shot themselves in the leg, haven't they? Malick and St. Mary's could open it up here. He's got time, he's got space, but he's not got the finish needed to get the elusive goal, and it just summarizes what has been a frustrating evening for St. Mary's College.
Yeah, eventually the ball is trickled across here to Cornell. It's a left foot shot that had pace on it, but it certainly didn't have the direction to beat the Malick custodian.
But if anybody expected the Mark Brent, that man.
Yeah, exactly. And it's becoming a bit stretched now, and end to end. I think from a St. Mary's perspective, they certainly cannot afford to concede another one, that's for sure. At 3-0, I'm not sure.
Wow.
Not sure he's going to make it, but
the lost reception somewhere between goalkeeper and defender.
Looks like what happens to me when I'm heading up to Maracas. The communication's gone. Wouldn't say which phone company I'm with.
Wow. Tell you what, I hope the collar's not on the field at the moment.
I won't take that bait, James.
Well, he's not happy by what he's seeing, and his charges seem to agree. They've still got to defend, though. Solutions are needed from that dugout. At the moment, they're facing a 2-0 deficit.
Come on. At that ball, we stay pressing up. Press it.
Well, does his expression ever change?
Head that ball.
This is high. Found the head of a Malick player, but couldn't direct it on goal. Bartholomew, last person you'd like to lose it to in that area. Might have taken a knock though, as lost control of that one.
Yeah, it goes back to St. Mary's. New rule hits the referee.
Well, it's something that every defender was trying to do early in the match. Every time he weaved past them, that one seemed a little less intentional though.
As we take another look at it here, it's a high ball to face. It's not what you want. Flush into the face area.
So they'd like to keep him on the field as long as possible. Malick's secondary. Certainly one of the contenders for man of the match, together with Bailey. Or Batiste, rather.
Yeah, I would agree with that. He may have just shaved it so far.
Oh, the good news, despite some pain in that jaw region, he's on his feet and he seems to be all right.
Well, it has to be noted, of course, James, that Fatima College winning against Blanchisseuse, their next opponent would be, of course, East Mokarapo in the North Zone semi-finals, COCA-COLA INTERCOL. And of course, the winner of today's game is going to face Queens Royal College, who won, of course, 3-1 to Tranquility and penalty kicks. So, out water in a semi-final perspective. Of course, this game is not over yet, but it's going to take some beating to get past Fatima, because they look very good from what we've seen throughout the season. But as you said, this is knockout football, so anything can happen.
Well, anything can happen here for St. Mary's. Found himself in a great position, and wow, you just wonder if the player had gone down, what the decision might have been. Made an awkward challenge. And I think he's a lucky boy.
Yeah, he is. He didn't need to make the challenge though. He was going away from goal, but again.
Well, that's going through everybody.
That's it. No, it's a handball.
Through the net, but a handball rightly spotted by Brent Sancho, as well as the assistant Sash Ramroop. Well, it got everybody up, didn't it?
Yeah, it did get the St. Mary's fans up. But it looked like it struck the hands. That was my immediate impression. As we take another look at it here, ball swings into the box, beats everyone. Yeah, that's a good call. The left arm. And I certainly didn't see any St. Mary's players complaining. Well, that's late and nasty.
Well, I saw challenges like that at the Rugby World Cup. But here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium, that's going to earn you a spot in the naughty corner. And again, it's that man, Matthew, that is causing all sorts of trouble.
Well, his pace and directness is causing St. Mary's all sorts of problems as he, of course, outsprints his man here. I think the defender, as you rightfully said, went for the Twickenham challenge. England Sevens rugby.
Oh, hope that Royalians are looking on. Carry, baby.
They might found themselves a scrum half. What's another substitution?
Set piece. dangerous looking area. So Wade, the substitute, shouldn't get his first touch here. Oh, it's a good ball for first touch as well.
Well defended.
Well, did get lots of instructions prior to coming on the field. So the assistant coach having lots of words with him. But he's sitting heavily guarded, not allowed to do anything, and eventually he's fouled. Well, just confirmation of who's been to the naughty corner. Malick Calendar picking up a yellow card earlier. So it's a set piece on the opposite end of the field. Oh, this is good. And a better defending.
Well,
way into the danger.
I think it's a combination of both, James. Better defending and a bit more conviction by the St. Mary's attacker that was coming in. He seemed to have already resigned in the fact that he wasn't going to get there, but I think if he had gone for it, he may have just poked in.
Oh, that's good from Batiste. Lendl Batiste couldn't penetrate the sea of blue and white though. Clock ticking down. 11.5 minutes remaining in this second match of a doubleheader here at the Hazy Crawford Stadium. Oh, this is good. Can he keep it in though? Flag has gone up anyway. And it's going to be a free kick. Oh, just a moment for treatment and some refreshing H2O. And well, who is he supporting? Would have been a different story though if the scores were reversed with that t-shirt on. But he's winning at the moment. And he's in pain. Battered around for much of this match. So worthy consolation if you have a scoreline like the one that his team have. They lead by 2-0. So another naughty moment spotted by Timothy Derry. Oh, what a match he's had though. Lendl Batiste. Goal and an assist for him. And well, that's cramp, certainly. Played 80 minutes already. It's been a rugged contest as well.
Yeah, and he has worked his socks off. Matthew's easily been head and shoulders above, and certainly would have caused a lot of duress to the St. Mary's defenders. I'm sure they would be very happy to see the back of him.
Well, not the sight that you want to see if you're a Malick fan. You might feel though that they've gotten the job done with less than 10 minutes remaining. Might be some lengthy stoppages in this one. Did have quite a few moments where play was interrupted in the second half. And finally the change has been made. Does get a warm applause from the fans. What a job he has done so far. His team lead by 2-0. Antonio Sealy, by the way, is the player that replaced him.
He must be the tiniest player in all of secondary school football.
Can Malick Secondary hold on for the remaining 7.5 minutes of this contest? Flag, and well, his eyes did light up for a moment as he cruised into the final third. Dreams of St. Mary's College evaporating before their very eyes. Malick Secondary. They're fighting to stay alive.
And catch you like that we mean. Right? So when the ball up there, you can be
everybody does have an opinion when you're in a position like this, and some members of the coaching staff sharing their ideas. Are there to be more goals from Malick Secondary? Oh, this is a good area. And a good ball. But a good piece of defending denies him that opportunity. And he just felt that he might have taken too long, but maybe fate has gifted him a second chance. Well, he stayed on his feet and side netting. Does get some eventual reward for his effort though.
Well, I think this place will erupt if he does find the back of the net. As I said, I can take a bet, James, that he is the smallest player in secondary schools football. Maybe in the history of secondary schools football.
Oh, you've seen it all. Charlotte Winchester, the former now deceased Trinidad and Tobago player, was quite tiny when he started as well for Naparima College.
Naparima, correct. But that's, I think he is beyond tiny. That's...
Malick did have a player as well called Tiny.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm very sure that his uniform wasn't purchased with the rest of the teams. They probably went into the Juma adult store as we take a look at the SportsMax app.
Well, let's see what they will gift us, and it's that one, a Brent Sancho special. Yep, that's a good old-fashioned blade, you call that. And he enjoyed it, and so too the fans on SportsMax. That's why it's a SportsMax app moment. Oh, there's a man down just out of your picture. Play is allowed to continue. And Malick, well, they want to continue in a dangerous area here. Oh, what a save that was. Well, he's tiny, he's a little. He's a goal scorer as well. Well, small axe cuts big trees, and well, he's the smallest of the axes. And they're carting him off because he's cut down a big tree. And that certainly has to be game, set, and a match winner for Malick Secondary.
Well, the initial effort by Antonio did not connect. But when he got the second bite to the cherry, he didn't make a mistake at all. There he is, the tiny man from Malick Secondary, puts it into the back of the net. Goalkeeper have absolutely no chance whatsoever. And they hoist him high in the air. He's just gone from 3'2" to 5'1" with that hoist. Of course, the fans of Malick thoroughly enjoying it as the roof have just came off the Hasely Crawford Stadium.
Oh, who's the king of Malick? I tell you. Ask anybody in the stadium, they're going to tell you.
Well, I tell you what, I'd be surprised if he has to buy any lunch or breakfast at Malick for the rest of his scholastic career.
Well, Paul Bearer's moving in here for St. Mary's College. 3-0 to Malick. Less than 2 minutes remaining. Whatever is added on. And use the opportunity to rest another player. Because Lindell George is being lined up to come in. And, well, he's just replaced Malachi Woodley. Oh, what a match. St. Mary's College came into this contest certainly hoping to topple Malick Secondary. It's been the reverse of that so far.
Well, obviously the conversation of man of the match, James, has come up.
Yeah. Comes down to two players really for me.
Yeah, I agree, and I know where you're leaning. Of course, Baptiste, 11, and the number 10,
Matthew. Jalen Matthew, yeah.
And you know where I'm tilting already.
Yeah, like number 10s, don't you?
Well, I just felt that
pretty close though.
Yeah, it was close, but I think every time he picked the ball up, he did present a problem to St. Mary's, whether it was his direct running style and taking on players, or of course his ability to get in behind with some of the runs that he's made. So I think you'd have to bow your hat to him for this one. I'm guided by you, of course.
I'm honored. Well, can't complain there. Certainly has been my favorite player of the match, so guess that's confirmation. You, of course, would have played in a national setup with perhaps one of the greatest number 10s in Trinidad and Tobago history.
That's a tough one. That's a tough conversation.
Oh, this is good here. Oh, this could be better. Oh, so he made it look a lot more difficult than it was. Here comes St. Mary's. Is there a consolation in store? By the way, we've passed 90 minutes. Of course, you already noticed. Just 3 minutes of time added. Already 1 minute into that. Well, those winded faces will burst out in celebration in just about 2 minutes. If the score remains as is, which does seem close to doing well. Consolation, here it comes, that somehow, some way, St. Mary's College find a consolation, and it's Kyle Phillip who snuck in on the front door, and well, the clean sheet has been broken. It's 3-1. Well, I feel as if we've seen this one before. If you looked at the first match between New Crapo East and St. Anthony's, well, look at this. Where did that pass? It might have deflected off the defender. Does seem to have taken a touch on the defender on its way through to goal. Isaiah David, man, getting that touch. And, well, infringement, it is St. Mary's ball. But it's a loaf and fishy situation for St. Mary's College. If they had to pull themselves back in this, it certainly would be a miracle. But it would stop them from trying. Well, everybody's at the edge of their seat at the moment. Malick looking to close this one out. Still piling bodies forward. And, well, that's well over the bar. Timothy Derry looks at his watch. Can't be more minutes, mere seconds remains in this fixture. Any moment, you may hear some celebrations and loud cheering. Oh, St. Mary's, they want to spoil the party. Oh, came close, didn't they? It's been the story of their match. Close, but not close enough. Decent, but not good enough. Well, listen to this. Oh, not quite yet. Still some more defending for St. Mary's. We've gone way past the allotted time. I was signaled by Timothy Derry earlier on. Malick secondary, 3-1 over St. Mary's College. And here it comes. And that's the chair I was talking about. Some folks are going to have a fantastic Friday evening, particularly from the northeastern part of Port of Spain. Malick secondary, after 90 minutes, taking this one 3-1 over St. Mary's College. And Malick, of course, will progress to the North Zone semi-final. St. Mary's College, it is the end of their road. Fought hard in this playoff, but unfortunately their good wasn't good enough, as Malick, a team from Coconut Drive in Morva, are the happier team at the end of 90 minutes, winning this one by 3-1. Good time to take a look back at some of the wow moments in this fixture. And it started off with Malick from a free kick. And wide of the mark. Maybe that was a sign of things to come. What about that one? Just a bit off the mark, but they were sharpening up. Our man of the match, Matthews, did create danger at every turn. Fortunately, supporting cast didn't give him quite the support he needed earlier on. And then that one from St. Mary's College, one of their better chances earlier on. Josiah Connell. And then they had this moment. And they just feel they should have done better. But the goalkeeping, well, miraculous to say the least. And when you don't put them away, you know what they say on the opposite end, a lost signal. And look at this, Lindell Batiste. Well, that's one that he's going to be looking back on and smiling. What a finish. How about the celebration? That was a go-ahead goal for Malick, and Matthews could have made it 2 shortly after. Wasn't to be. Look at these dancing feet. Caused trouble everywhere he went. The half ended 1-0, and then the second half, St. Mary's went in search, and that perhaps was their best chance, not taken. Then look at this, Batiste scored a goal, and then he assisted with another. Goalkeeper will have some tough questions. Take nothing away from Matthews, he's been exceptional. Well deserved for him. That was his second one for Malick, and look what it did. Yeah, he's a superstar. St. Mary's though weren't done in this contest, but a goalkeeping from Malick has been unquestionable. But then a big moment for this young man coming on as a substitute, and Antonio Sealy, well, he literally brought the house down with that one. And by that time, CIC fans knew the writing was on the wall. Malick fans, well, they were queuing the party, started by those guys. And just as the fat lady was starting a chorus, St. Mary's decided they wanted in, deflected off the defender, went in. Isaiah David getting a slight touch to take it past his goalkeeper. Didn't matter though. Too little, too late. As that whistle signaled that Malick secondary would be marching on as a Saints go marching home. Let's take a look at some of the numbers in this match. Oh, look at that moon. Beauty. Thing of beauty. So too the stats, 17 shots apiece. 11 shots on target though for Malick secondary, out shooting St. Mary's. The fouls pretty even, yellow cards same, corners and the saves pretty even. But what's not even is the big bold numbers on either end, and Malick 3-1 against St. Mary's College. But it's time to take you down for the human reaction, and Siobhan is standing by with our man of the match.
Joining me now is our man of the match, Jaylon Matthews of Malick Secondary School. This is yours.
Thank you very much.
So tell me, how are you feeling after your team's 3-1 win against St. Mary's College today?
Well, it feels great because going through the training session, we'll always say we want to come out and get a victory, and that's what the team come out and do with the hard work, and pleasure to score a goal today and be the man of the match.
So how are you guys going to maintain this winning momentum as you guys now move forward in this year's Intercol tournament?
Well, we'll just go back to the training field, take everything serious, and get ready for the next round to work hard again and come out with another victory.